A very warm welcome to my dear listeners. Time to revisit Fez again. गुलों में रंग भरे बाद नौ बहार चले, गुलों में रंग भरे बाद नौ बहार चले, चले भी आओ कि गुलशन का कारोबार चले। इस गुलशन का कारोबार करने वाले के पैरों में इतने भंवर, इतने कांटे किसने बो दिए? Time to see why Faiz Ahmad Faiz's best lyrics were written in imprisonment. Why the imprisonment became a gateway to wonder. What happened to this man that brought the best of his lines written behind the bars? The constitution of this man was majorly created in imprisonment, but his thoughts were always free, free to move about, free to fly about, because he was a humanist. He believed in the spirit of freedom. The spirit of freedom to the fact that this lyrical poet moved beyond his own boundaries of India and Pakistan and reached up to the Soviet Union. Now, Faiz की सबसे खास बात यह है कि Faiz protest के poet हैं, people के poet हैं. If you could relate that in the previous lecture we did this नज़्म हम देखेंगे. अब आप हम देखेंगे हर मजलूम की जुबान पे होगा. हम देखेंगे बस नाम रहेगा अल्लाह का, जो गायब भी है हाजिर भी, जो मंजिर भी है नाजिर भी, उठेगा अन अल हक का नारा, जो मैं भी हूं और तुम भी, और राज करेगी खल के खुदा, जो मैं भी हूं और तुम भी हो. हम देखेंगे, हम देखेंगे, हम देखेंगे का नारा इतना पॉपुलर हुआ कि चाहे वो JNU का स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट हो या पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट का साड़ी बैन करना हो, wherever in South Asia, जहां जहां भी लोग इस जुबान को समझते हैं, wherever you see subjugation, repression, oppression, these lines surface. And that is why he is the face of protest. He is a medium to people's voices. And that is why he became more popular. And these lines come from the fact that he himself was kept caged for a very long time. But how can you cage humanity? And here is a humanist for you, because throughout his life, his revolutionary poetry addressed the tyranny of military dictatorships and oppressions that were given to him by his own country and abroad. You know, he never compromised on his principles despite being threatened by the right-wing parties in Pakistan. Now, the majority of the world knows that very early in life, Faiz was introduced to the concept of Marxism by Sajjad Zahir and Jalaluddin ul Rahim, even before India and Pakistan were separated as two different nations. So in his early 1920s, when he was in college, he had already turned his sensibilities as a communist. So his writings are comparatively the new verse of Urdu poetry based on Western models. And because he was majorly influenced by the works of Allama Iqbal and Mirza Ghalib, and the kind of English education that he received, he assimilated that form of the classical writing with the modern writing and incorporated the demands of socialism that was much needed in his country and created his poetry as a solution to his country's problems. He started writing as a communist, as a socialist, and tried to move away from the orthodox ideas that are professed to have been offered by the Quran. Unfortunately, some people also believe that he was an atheist. No, he wasn't. He was somebody who started reading the Quran as early as 8, because it was being read in the family. And he is somebody who believed in the principle of benevolence and the principle of kindness that is one of the basic tenets of the Quran. So he believed in internationalism. He emphasized the philosophy of global village, and then became the editor of Pakistan Times in 1948, as I mentioned before, and then the vice president of Pakistan Trade Union Federation. अब जो किसान के साथ है, जो ट्रेडर्स के साथ है, जो मजदूरों के साथ है, जो मजलूमों के साथ है, राइट, जब उसको एक आवाज मिल जाती है, एक कलम मिल जाती है, when they are given the faculty of speaking and writing, then comes a poet like Fez, right? And then, he led the delegation in Geneva and also became the active member of World Peace Council. But then again, there was a constant conflict between the pro-communist people who actually played no political role in their own country and the non-communists. हाल ये हो गया था कि एक बार एक लोकल न्यूज़पेपर ने फैज से पूछा कि the interviewer asked him that if he was a communist. Now he replied with a great degree of nonchalance that he was known for, that no, I am not a communist, because communist is somebody who holds a party card which is given by a party member, and since the party is banned in my country, so how can I be a communist? Now the world understands that to be communist, you don't have to be a party member. You have to believe in the ideas of communism, which are again the primary ideations of consistent progressive thinking. And Faiz was definitely that. Right? But too much of progression, too much of innocence in your writing, or too much of राइटिंग अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट ना, अब जब आप ऐसी बातें लिखेंगे कि हम देखेंगे, इट्स लाइक अ चैलेंज टू द गवर्नमेंट. सरकारें अक्सर ऐसा लिखने वालों से डरती हैं. आपने देखा होगा या सुना होगा, देयर वाज दिस पॉपुलर मार्क्सिस्ट राइटर कॉल्ड गौरी लंकेश. शी वाज शॉट डेड फॉर राइटिंग अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट. आप कलम उठाएं सरकार के खिलाफ और सरकारें आपको मारने के लिए, जेल में डालने के लिए तैयार बैठी हैं. और इसीलिए अपनी इसी राइटिंग के लिए फैज जेल गए ही नहीं, बल्कि कई बार जेल गए, अपने देश से निकाले गए. ही वाज एग्जाइल्ड. अब अपनी जिंदगी के 20-25 साल शायद उन्होंने एग्जाइल में ही बिताए, फ्रॉम वन कंट्री टू अनदर. ही वाज बैंड फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर रीजन, for he had earned himself an arch enemy in Liaquat Ali Khan. Liaquat Ali Khan, the first prime minister of independent Pakistan, who wanted to capture the Indian administered Kashmir, and was one of those frustrated military leaders of the Pakistan Armed Forces in 1948, including Jinnah. So the writer argued that Jinnah had serious doubt of Ali Khan's ability to ensure the integrity and sovereignty of Pakistan. पाकिस्तान एक ऐसा देश है जहां जो नया नया जब बना था तो एक कांस्टेंट स्ट्रगल चलती रहती थी बिटवीन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड मिलिट्री. कभी मिलिट्री कूज टेक ओवर कर रहे थे, अयूब खान की गवर्नमेंट रही, जियाउल हक की गवर्नमेंट रही, लियाकत अली खान, और फिर बाद में परवेज मुशर्रफ. These are military leaders who took over Pakistan. जब उन्हें लगा कि डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप काम नहीं कर रहा है, उन्होंने मिलिट्री डिक्टेटरशिप लागू करने की कोशिश की. और जब भी डिक्टेटरशिप हावी होती है, तब कोई ऐसा जरूर आता है जो उसके खिलाफ लिखता है. Now, after returning from the United States, Ali Khan imposed restrictions on the Communist Party. और फैज साहब नए कम्युनिस्ट जवान जब आप होते हैं तो आप में एक अलग तरह का रुबाब होता है, एक जुनून होता है चीजों को लेकर, आपका विश्वास होता है चीजों में. यू हैव अ डीप फेथ, a phantom faith into the idea of a nation. And probably Faiz and his friends, who were so-called communists or the frontliners of the East Pakistan Communist Party, right? They started a mass protest because they were not very happy with the way Liaquat Ali Khan had brought in a military charge. We all know that they attacked India, and Indian army defeated the Pakistani army because our army was definitely better than theirs. So this was not taken in very good spirit. And the worst sufferers were the people. So when Jinnah founded it, the Muslim League was struggling to survive in West Pakistan. Therefore, the then Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan imposed extreme restrictions and applied tremendous pressure on the Communist Party that ensured that it was not allowed to function openly as a political party. The conspiracy had been planned by left-wing military officers, Chief General Akbar Khan. Now, a secret meeting was held in Akbar Khan's home, attended by communist officers, and Faiz was one of them. And General Akbar assured Faiz and Zahir that the Communist Party will be allowed to function as a legitimate political party to take part in the elections. But according to Communist Zafar Poshani, who maintained in 2011 that no agreement was reached, no plan was disapproved. The communists weren't ready to accept the general's words, and the participants dispersed without meeting again. So ये meeting हुई नहीं हुई, इसमें क्या वादा किया गया, क्या करार किए गए, किसी को कुछ नहीं पता. लेकिन जैसा प्लान किया गया था वैसा नहीं हुआ. Before the coup could even be initiated, General Akbar, among the other communists, were arrested, and so was Faiz. Faiz को arrest किया गया on the pretext of a conspiracy against Liaquat Ali Khan, and for the first time he was thrown in prison in the central Montgomery jail for being an influential personality. Now, Liaquat Ali Khan's government continued locating him from one prison to another, Central Prison Karachi to Central Jail in Miawali. So, एक जेल से दूसरी जेल उन्हें घुमाते रहे, क्योंकि जब जब भी वो कुछ लिखते, जब जब भी वो कुछ कहते, आवाम उनके साथ खड़ी हो जाती. So Faiz's sentence was even a death sentence was passed on him in 1955 by the Prime Minister Suzanne Sohrawardy. But Suzanne had to go to London and Great Britain soon after that. So in 1958, Faiz returned, but again was detained by then President Iskandar Mirza. तो जब जब भी वो अपने देश वापस आए, तब तब उन्हें अपने ही देश में इतनी रिजेंटमेंट अपनी गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से फेस करनी पड़ी that every time he came back, he had to flee again. And then came Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, under whose influence Ayub Khan and Faiz's sentence was commuted in 1960. And then again, he departed to Moscow, to the Union of USSR, which we know as popularly. And then he later settled in London. तो अपने ही देश में एक देश की कल्पना, एक मुल्क की कल्पना करने के लिए उन्हें बार बार जेल में भेजा गया. And he finally returned to his country in 1964 and settled in Karachi. And then he was appointed as the rector of Abdullah Haroon College. And then he served as the secretary of the Pakistan Arts Council from 1959 to 1962. And during the 1971 Winter War, Faiz rallied to mobilize the people. He wrote patriotic poems and songs that opposed the bloodshed during the separation of Bangladesh and Pakistan. जब बांग्लादेश बना तब उन्होंने इतनी खूबसूरत दर्द भरी नज़में लिखी हैं कि न जाने जितना लहू हमने बहाया है, न जाने कितनी बरसातें और लगेंगी उनके दागों को साफ करने की. So जब भी देश में जरा सा भी कोई अंडर करंट आया, फैज ने उसे एक मेजर मूवमेंट बनाया और इसीलिए बार बार उन्हें अपने देश की सरहदों से बाहर धकेला गया या जेल की सलाखों के अंदर डाला गया. Till 1972, when Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto brought him back and appointed him as the culture advisor at the Ministry of Culture and Ministry of Education. And he continued serving the Bhutto's government until 1974 and had strong ties with Bhutto. And in 1979, he departed from Pakistan again after learning the news that Bhutto's execution had taken place. in Beirut, Lebanon, and then he returned to Pakistan in poor health after the renewal of the Lebanon War. And in 1984, Faiz died in Lahore in the Punjab province, shortly after hearing that he had received a nomination for the Nobel Prize for Literature. And it is a popular question in the literary circle that why is the Nobel offered only after one dies? But before dying, he gave us a ray of hope despite being covered in the darkness of dungeons. And we know him as the most famous poet of the East. And here is what he saw at the prison daybreak. Prison को उर्दू ज़बान में जिंदा कहा जाता है और बहुत सारी उनकी poems हैं जिंदा से लिखी हुई. Majority of his anthologies poems are from जिंदा. So जिंदा की एक शाम, वो जो तारीख राहों में मारे गए, जिंदा की एक सुबह, जिंदा से लिखे हुए खत. So this one is offered to you in your syllabus as Zinda ki ek subh. Night wasn't over when the moon stood beside my bed and said, "You've drunk your sleep to the dregs. Your share of that wine is finished for that night." रात बाकी थी अभी जब सहरे बालिन ने आकर चांद से मुझसे कहा, जाग सहर आई है. जाग सहर आई है, right? You need to get up from your bed. जाग सहर आई है probably was an indication of the fact that the nation is going to observe a new sunlight, a new daybreak, a new vision, a new future. अक्से जानम को विदा करके उठी मेरी नजर शब के ठहरे हुए पानी की स्याह चादर पर. जा बजा रक्स में आने लगे चांदनी के भंवर. चांद के साथ सितारों के कवल गिर गिर कर डूबते तैरते मुरझाते रहे, खिलते रहे. रात और सुबह बहुत देर तक गले मिलते रहे. My eyes tore themselves from a dream of passion. They said farewell to my lover's image, still lingering in the night's stagnant waters that were spread like a sheet over the earth. Silver whirlpools began their dervish dance as lotuses of stars fell from the moon's hands. Some sank, some rose to the surface. Kuch doobte rahe, kuch ubarte rahe. Floated and opened their petals. Night and daybreak had fallen desperately into each other's arms. रात और सुबह बहुत देर तक गले मिलते रहे, डूबते रहे, मुरझाते रहे, खिलते रहे. This is another indication of the fact that there was probably a ray of hope that he could see, that there could be a possible unison between the night and the day. There could be a visibility of light. There could be a visibility of hope. There could be an emergence of a new nation. In the courtyard, the prisoners emerged slowly from a backdrop of gloom. They were shining from a dew of sleep had washed for that moment. All grief for their country from their eyes, all agony of separation from their lovers. दूर सहरे जिंदान के रफीकों के सुनहरे चेहरे साथ ही जुल्मत से दमकते हुए उभरे कम कम. नींद की ओस ने उन चेहरों से धो डाला था दे से दर्द के फिरा के रो के महबूब का गम. Now that agony of separation that the country witnessed after the partition was supposed to be soothed by building a developed nation, but that did not happen for a very long time. फैज की एक और बहुत खूबसूरत नज्म है कि ये जो हमने दिन देखा है ये ऐसा तो नहीं इमेजिन किया था, ये आजादी ऐसी तो नहीं सोची थी जैसी आई. Now nobody in the world had imagined that a country would become independent and then would be separated into two. The world observed the largest human exodus. जानवर, घर, इंसान सब अलग अलग कर दिए गए. किसी ने सोचा नहीं था कि आजादी मिलेगी, लेकिन इतनी खून भरी होगी. So the prisoners emerged slowly. They were shining from a dew of sleep, had washed for that moment, all grief for their country from their eyes, all agony of separation from their lovers. दूर नौबत हुई, फिरने लगे बेजार कदम, जर्द फाकों के सताए हुए पहरे वाले, अहले जिंदां के गजबनाक खरोशो नाले, जिनकी बाहों में फिरा करते हैं बाहें डाल, लज्जते ख्वाब से मखबूर हावे जागी, जेल की जहर भरी चूर सदाए जागी. दूर दरवाजा खुला है कोई बंद हुआ, दूर मछली कोई जंजीर मचल के रोई, दूर उतरा किसी ताले के जिगर में खंजर, सर पटकने लगा रह रह कर दरीचा कोई. There's a drum far off, a siren wails. The famished guards, their faces pale, begin their reluctant rounds in step, with stifled screams from torture rooms, the cries of who'll be broken on the rack awake, just as light breezes, intoxicated with sleep awake. Poison awakes. Nothing in the world is asleep. The door opens in the distance. Another is shut. Now look at the way the poet is trying to play with the idea of hope here. एक दरवाजा खुलता है तो एक बंद होता है. A door opens in the distance. Another is shut. A chain rasps, then shrieks. A knife opens a lock's heart far off, and a window begins to break its head like a madman against the wind. So it is the enemies of life awake and crush the delicate spirit that keeps me company in my barren despair, while the prisoners and I wait all day and night. Look at the beautiful line. While the prisoners and I wait. Now the prisoners and I are none but the citizens of the country. Whom are they awaiting? They are awaiting a rebel prince of legends to come with burning arrows, ready to pierce these tyrants' hearts of stone and steel. गोया फिर ख्वाब से बेदार हुए, दुश्मने जान, संग फौलाद से ढले हुए जिन्नाते गिरान, जिनके चंगुल में शबो रोज है फरियाद कुनान, मेरे बेकार शबो रोज की नाजुक परियां, अपने शाहपुर की राह देख रही हैं ये असीर, जिसके तरकश में है उम्मीद के जलते हुए तीर, जिसके तरकश में है उम्मीद के जलते हुए तीर. आप देखें कि जो उम्मीद है वो भी किसी जलते हुए तीर से कम नहीं है, क्योंकि आप ये नहीं जानते कि वो तीर निशाने पर कभी लगेगा कि नहीं, वो उस मंसूबे को हासिल कर पाएगा जिस मंसूबे के लिए वो बनाया गया था या नहीं. So look at the spirit that the poet wants to raise here, the human ingenuity, the kind of industrious spirit that he wishes to raise here in his people is evident through this poem. And I believe it has not been very easy for him to write this, because in one of the interviews, somebody asked him that, did his relationship with jail upset him? And his reply was that, on the contrary, his relationship with jail strengthened him. An element of glamour was added to his poetry. Politicians had been going to prison, but for the idea of poets going to prison happened for the first time. Now the poets were being incarcerated, and this was new. Abhi tak चोर, उचक्कों, मर्डर करने वालों को, या जिन जिन लोगों ने भी कभी लॉ तोड़ा हो, या जो लोग भी पॉलिटिशियंस या सरकार के खिलाफ बोलने वाले लोगों को जेल में फेंकना तो देखा गया था, but poets were thrusted into prison for the very first time. कविता लिखने के लिए कोई पहली बार जेल जा रहा था. This was interesting. So besides, the years in prison formed a very high early productive period in his life. Going to jail, he observes, was like falling in love again. Not that the jail was a very suitable place to write, but only that he got a lot of time to think and put into his verse. It gave him the joy of independence, and it helped him wash away the disillusionment that the nation had brought him. Now, with the disillusionment came other things, came his popularity of being a world celebrated poet. You know? He suddenly became the face of Asia, the poet of the East. He was the first Asian poet to receive the Lenin Peace Prize awarded by the Soviet Union in 1962. In 1976, he was awarded the Lotus Prize for Literature. At the Lenin Peace Prize ceremony held in Kremlin, Moscow, Faz thanked the Russian government for conferring the honor and delivered an acceptance speech, which is collected in Dasti Sang, right, Hands Under the Rock. And he said that human ingenuity, science, and industry have made it possible to provide each one of us everything we need to be comfortable, provided the boundless treasures of nature and production are not declared the property of the greedy few, but are used for the benefit of all humanity. However, this is only possible if the foundations of human society are not based on greed, exploitation, ownership, but on justice, equality, freedom, and the welfare of everyone. Now, ये उनके शब्द हैं जिनका मोहब्बत पे से या मैं कहूँ देशभक्ति पे से विश्वास कभी उठा ही नहीं. He was somebody who believed that every foundation you see is faulty except for love, which is faultless. गरबाजी इश्क की बाजी है, जो चाहे लगा दो डर कैसा. गरबाजी इश्क की बाजी है, जो चाहे लगा दो डर कैसा. गर जीत गए तो क्या कहना, हारे भी तो बाजी मात नहीं. His faith in love was unfettered. His spirit was undeterred. You know, much later in his life, this was understood by Pakistan, and they honored him with the highest civilian award, Nishan-e-Imtiaz, in 1990. And in accordance to the Pakistan government, there was also a chair set up as Faz's chair in the Department of Urdu at Karachi University in Sindh, followed by the Government College and University of Lahore. Now, Faz's chair at the Department of Urdu of University was also set up in Patras in 2011. And the Awami National Party and the Communist National Party, by the end of the ceremony, everybody was so happy by the fact that his chair was announced that they said that the Faz of workers is alive, the Faz of farmers is alive, Faz is alive. क्योंकि उनकी पोइट्री में सब जिंदा है. नाउमीदी का नाम तो है ही नहीं कहीं पे, क्योंकि वो मानते थे इस बात को कि नाउमीदी, जेल में रहकर भी कभी उन्होंने नाउमीदी को अपने ऊपर छाने नहीं दिया, क्योंकि वो मानते थे कि दिल उदास हो सकता है, शाम ढल सकती है आपके जिंदगी में, पर आखिरकार है तो वो शाम ही ना कभी तो वो गुजर जाएगी. तो नाउमीदी को कभी उन्होंने अपने ऊपर हावी नहीं होने दिया. And that is why probably he became a poet of hope. और इसीलिए वो सब लोगों को, मतलब वर्ल्ड ओवर, he became famous. एक बार उनसे किसी ने पूछा कि some people think that you've taken from the poets like Lorca, Neruda, and Mahkum, Moinuddin, and then he immediately stopped that journalist, saying that, why do you omit the name of Nazim Hikmat? He says that I would answer this by recalling the mass epic struggles that these heroes have joined. He says these are not poets, these are heroes. Today, you must take into consideration two factors. One, age, and that should not be difficult to understand. Second is the lack of opportunities to these lone campaigners. I have never thought of myself as anything but a mere contributor to the process of people's awakening to their destiny, to the discovery of their goal. And whether I am teaching in a college, or whether I'm a trade unionist, or whether I'm helping the war against fascism or journalists, my theme is not to give up. And the same can be seen in his letter from prison. He says, "My love, let me share the most delicate matter with you. A man is altered by a new home." The moment you enter a jail, right? और ये इसलिए भी शायद यहाँ नाजिम हिकमत को इंट्रोड्यूस करना जरूरी है, because this translation from Faiz Ahmad Faiz's version of a poem was actually first done by the Turkish poet Nazim Hikmat, and later by Aga Shahid Ali. So he says, "My love, let me share this most delicate matter with you. A man is altered by a new home." And by this new home could be a new country, a new nation, or the new jail that he was thrusted into. "Here I have begun to fall in love with my dreams. For a night when sleep, with her warm, compassionate hands, opens the gate, the prison walls collapse at my feet." दरो दीवार नीचे गिर जाते हैं जब उम्मीद बराती है. At that moment, I'm drowned in my dreams, the way a ray falls into still waters. I walk out and roam free, filled with relentless joy. How freely I roam in wide lit up places where no word is found for sorrow and pain, no word for prison. Zindan ka naam hi nahi hai, because prison is something that is created in the mind. This could easily remind you of Maya Angelou's "I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings." ये आजादी के गीत नहीं है, ये कैद के गीत हैं. लेकिन कैद हमेशा दिमाग की होती है. And that is why he says there is no word for prison. Then how crushing it will be for you to wake up. और अगर कैद सिर्फ दिमाग में ही है, then how difficult is for you to create a human awakening. No, that isn't so, my love. Let me tell you one more thing. With sheer strength, with stubborn will, I bestow only those dreams on my sleep that has clearly already claimed the ones that are its necessary share. जो मेरे हक के सपने हैं, मैं बस उन्हीं को देखना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं बस उन्हीं में यकीन रखता हूँ. Now, the beauty is that Faiz's poetry needs to be interpreted against the background of the political upheavals of the 20th century. His life spanned the two world wars, the rise of fascism in Europe, the growth of religious nationalism in the Indian subcontinent, the decolonization and partition of India, including the uncertainties of a post-colonial nationhood, and most vividly brought home the breakup of Pakistan and the creation of Bangladesh in 1971. So his poetry raises important questions on how to recover hope from political disillusionment, and also how to create the spaces of hope out of the degraded conditions that we find ourselves in. Faiz is steeped in the classical traditions of symbols, images, and characters that bring out a political verse and give an idea without sacrificing the history of their meaning, the places and spaces of political oppression and hope. He explores the issues of freedom and constraint, the creation of hope in the midst of despair, and the use of ghazal to create a sense of political hope. Dil na umeed to nahi, नाकाम ही तो है, लंबी है गम की शाम, मगर शाम ही तो है. ये सफर बड़ा है कठिन, मगर ना उदास हो मेरे हमसफर, ना उदास हो मेरे हमसफर. That was Faiz from the prison to all of you. And I hope the way he lightened the spirit of hope in his countrymen, the light will continue to be a torchbearer in our life for all times to come. Thank you.